All right, we are here doing the TESPN season preview, boys basketball, with head coach Andrew Blazar and Coach Blazar. First season here. I guess the first thing I just wanted to ask you about is just maybe some of the differences of coming over from the public school side at James River. Great run there the last several years. And now being here at Trinity Episcopal Independent School. Just how's it been different, and what are some of the challenges you're working through as far as that goes?
I feel like basketball sense, it's the same. I feel very much at home and comfortable in terms of the day-to-day, preparing, practices, in-game. So that part of it doesn't feel any different at all. I think the biggest thing is, especially this season so far, we've had some really tough games right off the bat, and I think that's been really exciting for me and our guys is to play the quality opponent that we have. Top team in the area in Stewart, Catholics, a very, very good team that will compete, likely in the postseason, as well as VES. These are good teams, and so right off the bat, we're kind of getting into it. So in terms of the consistency of the level of opponent, I think that's one thing that's been kind of fun for me as I come over here.
And one thing that's really stood out to me, I know you were at several of the football games. We saw each other out on the field in the minutes after the state championship football game, as well as even over at Henrico the very first night of the season. So can you just talk about some of the ways that even outside of basketball practice that you've tried to really just dive into the Trinity community?
Yeah, I think that's been incredible. I'm trying to do that as much as I can. I got over and caught a field hockey game. I was over at a soccer game. So I think that's really important, that the most I can for this year, not being here during the day, but really trying to get over and support. We've had great support for our games already. I mean, the student section, and that's been great, and I know that it will only get better as the season goes on. So I think that's what it's all about, is teams supporting other teams, and me learning what Trinity's all about, well beyond basketball, like you said.
So let's focus in specifically on this 2021-2022 season. You've got a team with essentially no varsity experience. Last year, we drilled, we got out a little bit right at the end and test ourselves against a couple opponents, but in empty gyms with masks on. It's a weird situation. So now, like you said, I mean, you're playing several games where the gym is pretty much packed. You got the bright lights on. We're broadcasting it, the TV, if you will, cameras and everything like that. And you got a bunch of guys out there. This is all new for them. So can you just talk about the challenge of a team where you don't have that player where you can just be like, hey, remember when you scored 20 last year against such and such team? Like, that's just not a luxury you have right now, and how that affects what you're able to do, from a coaching standpoint.
Yeah, I think for us right now, you're right. I mean, with last year being such a different year due to the pandemic, we don't have anyone that's played a varsity basketball game prior to this year. So the good news is they're motivated. They want to learn. There's a lot to learn in terms of game experience and the lights really being on. I think we're focusing on that we don't have to be miraculous and spectacular. We have to be solid, and that is scouting report, our preparation. Our effort can't be great 85% of the possessions. Our effort has to be great all the time. And then more than that, our communication with one another, making sure we're in the right spots, making sure we communicate with each other, and we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, whether we're changing defenses or whatever it is. So they want to learn and they want to get better, and that makes it fun from day to day. But I think it'll be even that much more rewarding once we really kick it into gear and start stringing them together, because they haven't won before.
Yeah, and you talked. The question I'm about to ask, you sort of already alluded to this in terms of particularly of the effort, but just for Titan fans that may be watching the season preview right now, what do they expect to see if you come see a Trinity boys basketball game this year? From your mouth as the coach, like, tell folks, like, what do you want them to see, and what do you want this group to be kind of hang their hat on?
Yeah, I think, Trinity doesn't beat Trinity. I mean, that's kind of the goal of what I think we need to do this year. with the guys that we have is just, as a team, better defensively, more consistently defensively, great effort, 50-50 balls got to come up Trinity, making sure that we're working together to make sure that as a team we get the best, highest quality shot we can each possession. And that has not been perfect so far, but we've done a good job at times with that. We're just really focused on, and we talk about all the time, consistency. Every single game except the Catholic game, we were winning in the second half. We were putting ourselves in a position to win those games. And even in the Catholic game, we had the ball down 2-3 possessions with 4 minutes to go, and then with 3 minutes to go, we traded baskets, and again, with the ball down a few possessions. So I think the guys understand that we're close, and that we are able to do what we want to accomplish. We just got to be really consistent with that.
A couple more, just in terms of players who are going to be impact players, because again, for Titan Nation, because there was no season last year, we may have fans who don't even know who am I looking for when I come to a game. Who are guys that I should really keep an eye on? So you just talk about some of the guys you're really counting on this year, and it could be in different areas. It could be scoring, but it also could be ball handling. It could be that glue guy, but just some of the players that you're really excited to see their contributions.
Yeah, I mean, I think Leland sticks out. He's our tall, athletic wing that's right there, and he's well known in the community. Unbelievably athletic, an elite athlete. I think with him, his skill is coming along, even from when we first got with him in June. And for him, it's just we're trying to put him in positions to succeed, attacking the basket. He's very good when he is attacking the basket, shoots an extremely high percentage, and so we're just trying to put him in positions where he's doing that. Alex Chaikin is a sophomore here, really, really good shooter. He's had a couple good shooting games and a couple that he'll keep improving on. But when he gets it going, that changes our team. I mean, if he can make shots, we are a really scary team. And then D.J. Covington, senior that we have, great leadership for us, really solid defensively, and embraces his role, tough. And he's been, exceeded my expectations on the rebounds. He's over 7 rebounds a game. And then Luke Fisher, until Trey gets back, he's handled all the ball handling and responsibilities, and we put a lot on his plate. And I think he's getting better and better each game in terms of handling that, making the right play for our team. And then hopefully, Trey can come back soon, and he will, I think, really change the dynamic of what we look like in terms of moving the ball, getting in the lane off the bounce, and distributing the ball to his teammates.
And then last one, just longer term, and this being your first year, but hopefully the first of many, many, many years to come. Just your vision for the program, and just what you're trying to build here culture-wise, and just really just the long-term plan, I guess, that folks may want to hear about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about for me when I applied for the job and really went after it. That was my vision, was long-term. I'm not here for a short stop, and Coach, you've done amazing things here, and so it's more living up to the reputation and what Trinity has been in recent years. So getting right back to where Trinity was, winning, prep league championships, getting to the state tournament, and trying to win another state championship. Doing things the right way, playing the right way, being efficient. I keep saying that, but we want to be an efficient team, regardless of who's on the roster from that year to that year. We're solid, we're organized, and we play together and play really hard. So that's kind of where my mind is at. So I'm excited for the rest of this season and also the long term.
Thanks so much, Coach Andrew Blazar. Thanks so much for joining us. We're excited as well to watch it and see how it goes, and good luck this season.
I appreciate it.
All right, boys basketball preview continues. We're here with senior DJ Covington, I think one of the most popular, beloved players in the program for years. DJ, it's your 5th year here at Trinity. Obviously, you spent some years at the JV level. Last year we had whatever that was, weird situation where we weren't able to play games and just try to get in the gym and stay fit and get some skill work. But now you're finally getting to do your thing. You're starting on varsity, playing big minutes, captain of the team, right? So just can you talk about, I feel like this moment has been coming for you for a long, long time, and just now that it's finally here and you're really getting your opportunity, just how that feels and what you're trying to do with that opportunity?
Yeah, man, it's been a minute. Last year we didn't really get to compete. We didn't really get to, go at each other. Even in practices, it was more just skills and drills. And so even when we started working out with Coach Blazar in June, it's been about just kind of taking everything and just appreciating that moment, because I know that this is my senior year, and I've been looking forward to this ever since I came to 8th grade, when you had players like Armando and Jay Wade and even Tank and Henry and stuff like that, kind of looking up to them. And I hope I can look up. I hope I can be somebody that someone can look up to.
Yeah, how's it been so far, just for you, being that captain, but such a young group, and you probably have more just knowledge of the tradition of Trinity basketball than probably anybody else. Just what's that been like?
It's been good. It's just, when we're practicing and stuff like that, it's always good at times. I think one thing about Trinity basketball in the last couple of years has been consistency. And so I think that's something we definitely need to hit on if we want to be, winning those prep league tournaments and going to state tournaments and stuff like that. But being able to consistent, keep energy, talk on defense, stuff like that, it's going to be huge.
What do you say has just been the biggest challenge so far for you as a team leader and as a captain? Like, what's the thing that you look in the mirror and say, like, all right, DJ, like this is our challenge, and this is what I got to do to help the team overcome those challenges?
Just some new faces, and so being able to adjust not only to just having new faces, but also the coaching staff. It's just a different play style, different type of practices and stuff like that. So being able to adjust to that, and I think we have been doing that, especially with other coaches like Coach Shane and Coach TB, and still have Coach Reeves, but also Coach Torrey. It's definitely something to adjust to, but I'm excited for it. They've been really great.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask you, you've become such a leader at the school with Black Alliance Initiative. You've been with TESPN. We've been doing the podcast together. And what is it that outside of basketball now that motivates you to be someone that contributes just on so many different phases of school life?
Kind of this being my last year, being my senior year, and I have a younger brother who's a junior who's been doing a lot for track and even Black Alliance. I just kind of want to be that role model for him, because I think it's really important. My sister, who graduated from Cosby High School, she's a really good role model, being able to participate in multiple clubs and stuff like that. So I'm just kind of trying to lay a foundation for my brother.
And two more. I mentioned you're a fan favorite. I mean, you hear I assume you hear people in the stands yelling, DJ, and do you embrace that and just, or sometimes are you like kind of roll your eyes and get annoyed? How do you like the attention?
Sometimes